Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I'm happy and grateful for you. I say it all the time. I don't take days for granted. I don't take life for granted. I don't take you for granted. So I want to remind you every Monday, Meal Prep Monday, mindset, education, accountability, lifestyle. You are healthy. You are wealthy. You are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things, because you are great, okay? We are not perfect. I'm full of flaws. You're full of flaws, but we're striving for perfection because Jehovah God, the creator of love, he is love. We are love. It is who we are created from, all right? It is our original DNA. We're not learning to be who we are unapologetically anymore. We are being who we are unapologetically, okay? Why? Because at this point, I am confident enough to know that we're doing it in a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride, okay? So I can say this with confidence. You can say this to yourself with confidence. And since 2023, we are being the best version of us unapologetically. We're doing it as we submit to Jehovah God, okay? We're walking out humility. And in this time, we've been talking about writing a vision, making it plain. We do this, around the world. Everyone is doing it. If it's not, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but however the world want to call it. But you write the vision, you make it plain. Everything that we do can be referenced. As we do personal growth and self-development, I told you the biggest book to reference is the Bible. That's the book for me, okay? So yes, we sow into mentorship and we do all these things, but we cannot neglect the word of God. And everything that you do, you can find it in the word, okay? You can. So of course, every year people start off with these resolutions, but we write the vision because Habakkuk 2:2 says it. We make it plain so that those that are around us or those that see it can run with it, knowing that at its appointed time, it shall come to pass. That is a principle from Jehovah God, so it must be done. This is why we're being who we are unapologetically. We're no longer learning, okay? So what happens is throughout the 12 months, somewhere we lose our tenacity, somewhere we lose our energy, somewhere we lose our adrenaline, we lose it. And nobody wants to talk about that. That's what we're going to focus on, all right? So the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about you have to be intentional, all right? Y'all didn't get it? I promise I'll have them up. 2023, I'm gonna stop being delayed on putting stuff on YouTube. But go back, all right? Because what I wanted to do, we've been talking about being intentional, okay? You have to be intentional for the vision and the goal that you write, all right? Because we understand that everything that we need is in us, all right? Your degree doesn't define your intentions. Everything that we need, we have an overabundance in us. Jehovah God has given it to us already. But we have to be careful because another thing that stops us from being able to fulfill the vision, because we can write it all day, but without action, it cannot manifest and grow. Faith without works is dead. We can believe, we can have faith, but if we have no type of action, if there is no work, it will die. Back to the Bible, okay? It just is what it is. So we're going to focus on the things that stop us, hinder us. And today, what I really wanted to talk about, because intentions isn't going anywhere. We have to stay intentional. The foundation of being able to allow your vision to manifest, prosper, and grow is intention. You have to stay intentional. But what waters down or sometimes pauses us from being intentional, we will self-sabotage. Okay? Nicole, I don't self-sabotage. Did you do? I'm gonna show you how you do. Because we all do it, all right? So what is sabotage? It's to deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct, all right? So this was a quote. I forgot to put who said it, but do not sabotage the prospering power of your mind by becoming a prisoner of your emotions, limiting beliefs and thoughts. I'm gonna say that again. Do not sabotage the prospering power of your mind. Why do I say, or why did they say that? Because we already understand that everything that we need is in our mind. There's a natural mind, there's a spiritual mind. Everything in your spiritual mind, your brain is the natural. The spiritual mind is our original DNA, all right? We got to get back to our original DNA. Our original citizenship is kingdom, is kingship, okay? So do not sabotage the prospering power of your mind by becoming a prisoner of your emotions, limiting beliefs and thoughts, okay? So how do we do that? How do we self-sabotage? Negative thoughts and words, okay? We all do it. We all have a negative thought. Where it gets really dangerous is when we can't take that thought captive. And then we start speaking negative words over ourselves. What I can't do. See, we'll dismiss it because we're not saying, oh, I'm going to kill myself. But if you're saying that you can't do something, you just killed your dream. You just killed a part of your vision. So now you're not speaking natural death, but you're speaking a spiritual death. You're speaking a mind death. So you still self-sabotage it, all right? This is why affirmations are needed, okay? We've been talking about affirmations for over 2 years. Over 2 years. I am so happy and grateful now. I start every call off with an affirmation. That isn't, y'all know that's affirmation, right? Just sidebar. I am so happy and grateful now that I am healthy. That's an affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now that I am wealthy. That is an affirmation. All right? I am so happy and grateful now that I am prosperous. They're all affirmations. Okay? So why do I do that? I have a list of affirmations. Everything that comes into my mind that's negative, I make an affirmation. Everything that the enemy, because we understand that the battlefield is the mind, okay? There is no other place that you can be battled but the mind. It is not activated and it does not become powerful until you speak it out of your mouth, okay? So we got to learn those negative things. That is the best way to come up with a list of affirmations tailor-made for you. To have affirmations for yourself, every negative thing, every way that you self-sabotage, all right? Because what is it? Self-sabotage is deliberately destroying, damaging, or obstructing. So when you deliberately have negative thoughts, you are deliberately sabotaging your vision, your dream, and your goals. You're doing it to yourself, okay? But here's the thing, and this is why even last week, I told you, when you have a vision, life itself it's set up where it'll come and it'll fog your vision. So those negative words that someone speaks over you, it will fog your vision. Then these words will start lingering in your head. So when you may not be doing what you want to do, or you may not be where you want to be, someone else's words will start playing back in your mind and telling you what you cannot do. Then you'll grab them and you'll believe them. You'll hold on to them. That's self-sabotage, all right? That is how I came up with my affirmations. I take everything. I was just talking to, I love my mom, so I'm going to say it, all right? I'm not saying this to throw shade to my mother. I'm not one of these bitter and resentful children. It just is what it is. I got one father, one mother. My father left this earth last Thursday, all right? So listen, I got a mother. My mother is who she is. I love her anyway. God gave me to her for whatever reason. It is to make me the better me. It is for me to be who I am unapologetically, okay? Just is what it is. One thing I had to understand, my mother, culturally, wherever it came from, she negative before she is positive. It's all good though. She is who she is. I've had to learn at almost 50 to she's who she is. I can't let those things stick to me. She said to me the other day, like, you did this, and you said you wanted to do this because you wanted to make me proud. I'm not proud. I'm disappointed. Now, naturally, I'm like, who says that? Who does that? She said it. I said it. She just said what was on her mind. Okay. So I was just like, all right, Mom, I love you. I got off the phone, right? Why did I get off the phone? Because I can control who has access to me. All right. When the conversation started going left, I didn't go left with it. All right. I pivoted to the right. All right, Ma, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Why? Because she's my mother. I'm not about to, I don't have, just because she's my mom, I don't have to make her words stick. So a couple days later, something happened, major, life, come try to fog your vision. What's the first thing that rang in my head? I'm a disappointment. I'm a failure. I'm this. I'm so happy and grateful now that everything that you have created me to be, I do it in an overabundance. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a winner, never a loser. I'm so happy and grateful now. See, you got to start flipping them. All right. And do I think that my mother was over there like, let me just eat Nicole? No, but it just is what it is. She's Asian. She has no filter, no coof, whatever. I don't know. She tries to tell me about her tradition and, but success in her eyes is not what it is in mine. So she may be disappointed and she may feel like I'm failing. Listen, I'm living my best life. Why? Because I got up today. Every day is great. It's up to me to keep it that way. If I got up, then I have another opportunity to right my wrongs. If I got up, I got another day to try to love on my daughter for the time that I did things wrong. I get another chance. If I get up, I got another day that I can receive a blessing and be a blessing. All right? Perspective, okay? So when it comes to vision, we cannot self-sabotage. I need you to recognize that you do it. You do it. But you have all authority, control, and power to stop it. Okay? How do I know we do it? Because the enemy wants to kill, steal, destroy. He never sleeps. He never slumbers. He'll never stop. All right? He'll never stop. He is going to try to woo you with your flesh, with things that feel good, look good for a minute. You think it's good, but as soon as you on that high, you on that peak, you on that climax, he leaves you there to die. Okay? Gotta recognize this. He does it to everyone. And then we're left with the residue of what just happened. And if we don't learn to become strong in our mind, if we don't learn to take those thoughts captive, we will destroy ourselves. Okay? We'll destroy ourselves. Now, I know that I always say the inner me is the biggest enemy, because it is. Because you can't get away from you. You can get tired of somebody and finally walk away, finally, block them, do whatever you want to do, but you can never get away from you. So even with that, I heard something like, what kills me makes me stronger. No, I don't believe that, because of where I've been. What kills me, what's there to kill me, I'm going to let it kill off what need to die in my natural flesh, because that's what's going to make me stronger. Okay? We all got room to grow. We all got stuff we gotta get rid of, because we war with our flesh. Man, So sabotage, all right? Self-sabotaging. These are little things that we don't want to acknowledge about ourselves, but it's a dream killer. It's a vision killer. It'll put you in a place where you won't figure out why you can't prosper and grow. We got to be willing to peel back our layers first, okay? So understand that while you're being intentional and doing it, because here's the thing, let me go back to why we're intentional, all right? Because everything you need to fulfill your vision and to succeed, all the resources are in you. It lies in, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, it lies in your imagination, your creativity, and your ability to dream. It is not destined in your job, your bank account, who's going to give you a loan, none of that. Every vision that comes from Jehovah God, the reality of it, the bigness of it, the depth of it, you ain't got it right now to do. Y'all recognize that, right? So don't allow your natural resources to make you think, sabotage your own vision, that you don't have what you need. You have an overabundance of imagination, creativity, and the ability to dream. That's what you need for vision, kingship, kingdom people, your original DNA. Oh, Lord. So we got to get rid of negative thoughts. We may have to make sure we have affirmations, okay? We got to also acknowledge that what really stops us is fear. Well, I don't fear anything but the Lord. All right. You're a little deep. Sometimes we so deep, we're no earthly good. Well, I don't want to call it fear because I'm not supposed to fear anything but God. Okay. Well, intimidated. The things that intimidate you. Listen, label it how you want to. Just don't be in denial about it. All right? What is fear? It's an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. That is what fear means. So unless you're telling me that you never have an unpleasant or strong emotion that's caused by anticipating something or awareness of danger, then you fear. Okay? It's okay. We all fear. Listen, if I went to a haunted house right now, I'm going to be a little fearful. Okay? Even though I know that it is something where they ain't supposed to touch me, so they just going to be like, bleh. If I sit here and tell you I'm about to walk into a haunted house and not have any emotion of fear, then I'm a liar and the truth is not in me. See, we got to stop making stuff so it just is what it is. All right? Anticipation, intimidation. When these feelings come, fear can set in. Fear will come. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. But we can't have faith and fear in the same space. You can't have it. You got one space to occupy. That is you. Mind, whatever, however you want to look at it. Heart, mind, is you. Faith and fear cannot be there at the same time. So you got to recognize that you're fearful at times. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't mean that you don't believe the vision. It means you're human with emotions. And depending on what is thrown at you in that moment, then there's a feeling and an emotion that comes up. But you got to recognize it, because when we're intentional to pursue what it is that we need to fulfill the vision that Jehovah God has given us, to walk out our purpose, because we are purpose. The moment you were created, the moment you were born, you begin to walk out your purpose. You was purposed on the cross. Your purpose was activated on the cross when Jesus died for you. Okay? So we got to understand that fear is there. All right? Why am I saying this? What time is it? Feel like, oh yeah, it's 10:22. because I want you to recognize these things so that as we are being the best versions of us unapologetically, we understand that miracle signs and wonders follow us, that we deserve miracle signs and wonders, and that we are a miracle sign and wonder. Okay. So when you took the time, and as you're taking the time, because when you write the vision, you add and subtract to it. Y'all do know that, like, it's your vision. So if you want to go pick the paper back up, if you want to pick up your little digital thing, if you want to go get your poster board and add something on there, newsflash, you can, because it's yours. All right. Don't limit yourself when you serve a limitless God. I don't care what your belief is. At the end of the day, one spirit, one soul, one flesh. All right. You want to go through this journey trying to figure out the origin of that, that's on you. But at the end of the day, we serve a limitless God. So don't limit yourself. Trust your original DNA, that the vision that you are writing down and making plain is coming from what's in you. It's coming from your spirit man. Okay. It's coming from your original DNA. And then we go through these meal prep Mondays. We do personal growth and self-development so that we can sharpen the tools that we've been giving, supernatural tools to make them natural to walk this thing out. All right. So that's all I'm going to say. Oh, one more thing. Self-sabotage leads you to compromise. Don't compromise. Recognize that that's self-sabotaging. All right. Do not compromise. Instead of compromising, be intentional to work the vision, to set the goal, and not to grow weary in your well-doing. If you're a renter and you want to be a homeowner, you get the apartment. Don't be trying to settle like, oh, well, my credit's not going to let me get an apartment or get me a house, so let me just level up the apartment. No, sir, no, ma'am. You stay in that one bedroom where you at. You get a plan, you set a goal, you be a good steward over your money, over your finances, your time, the things that you have. If you have a car, keep it clean. You have an apartment, keep it clean. You treat it like the end goal. Okay? You don't bounce around. You become intentional on the goal, on the vision, and then you work what you got to work. It's greater later. You don't wait until the year's up and, oh, my credit still ain't good, so let me just go get this penthouse apartment. No, now you're paying triple the amount of a mortgage when you could be saving that 2/3 towards your final goal. All right? That's a part of self-sabotaging, when you choose to compromise and settle. Oh, we got to recognize these things, all right? Don't do that. Because what God has for you is for you, all right? And no one can be you but you. And you are needed. You are relevant. You are necessary. The house is needed so that you can bring people in and you can let them feel safe. You can pray for them. You can feed them. You can clothe them. You can shelter them when Jehovah God tell you. So it's needed. It's mandatory. It's necessary. So hold on to the vision, the goal, and the plan, and be intentional to work it. All right. So it's 10:26. I never want to go over 10:30. I don't want to belabor your time. Okay, sorry. I don't want to belabor your time, but I just want you to remember to stay focused, to stay humble, to stay positive. All right? Continue to be the best version of you unapologetically. Do it through a posture of submission. The more you submit to becoming the best you, to being the best you, it will breed humility. It will minimize strife. You won't want to argue. You'll begin to appreciate time and people and the ones who are supposed to have access to you in a totally different way. I promise you. All right. And when life hits you, don't take that as an opportunity to spiral down, but take it as the opportunity to level up. All right. So again, I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.